I find this to be really, really fascinating.
Him nationally by a lot. In fact, right now we're winning the popular vote by a lot.
When Biden ran, he pledged he was going to pick a female vice president in 2020. What qualities are you looking for in your vice presidential pick?
Well, always the first quality has to be somebody that you think will be a good president, because if something should happen, you have to have somebody that's going to be a great president. A lot of people are talking about that gentleman right over there.
Maybe Tim Scott.
And he's been so great. He's been such a great advocate. I have to say, this is in a very positive way, Tim Scott. He has been much better for me than he was for himself. I watched his campaign, and he doesn't like talking about himself, but boy, does he talk about Trump. And I said, I called him. I said, Tim, you're better for me than you were for yourself. But he's fantastic, and he's a fantastic person.
Someone who can step into the role.
Most importantly, you have to view that.
The audience has been asked who they think would be a
right?
good choice.
This, in fact, is where, shall we say, Biden went wrong, because nobody feels like Kamala Harris can step into the role. Everybody feels like Biden can't even do the role itself. This is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. So Tim Scott very much in the running, but again, I'm just going to give you my intel, my take on this one. You got South Carolina coming up. It's kind of important. We saw Nikki Haley out there doing her speeches. Nikki Haley doing really badly in the polls. So I think that this is going to be very embarrassing for her. But in light of South Carolina, that might have been of a little bit of you know what? You like Tim, you like me. So just knowing who he is, knowing that he's going to pick whoever is going to help him get elected, while simultaneously not really sucking all the oxygen out of the room. It's why I keep going back to the idea of Vivek, as much as we all like him, and I think he's got a tremendous future in the Republican Party. Vivek is a challenging candidate to have on the ticket because he is so big and he is so electrifying. And Donald Trump goes on to say in that clip, hey, it's really not that big a deal. In fact, sometimes when you get too big a personality, like Sarah Palin with McCain, then they just descend on her. And, if they're going to descend on anyone, let it be Trump right now. And boy, are they ever. But again, think of how he's rallying back. Ladies and gentlemen, he is apparently, according to CNN, although I've seen higher amounts over at Reuters, worth some $4 billion on paper right now because of the SPAC merger. Digital World Acquisition Corporation, DWAC, is buying the Trump social media company, which runs Truth Social. I'm over there, by the way, at Trish Regan. And so this deal combined, people thought it wouldn't get done. People were like, maybe it's a problem, because I'll give you a little insight into how SPACs work. The way it goes down is that the SPAC is formed. Everybody puts this money in. Investors put all this money in. And the SPAC goes out and says, okay, we're going to buy something with this money. We have this pool of capital, this pool of cash. We're going to go buy something great. And they don't know what they're going to buy. And they go and they look and they look and they look and they say, da-da-da, we're going to buy this. Well, there was some background noise that Digital World Acquisition Corporation had been put together specifically just to go and buy Trump's social stuff. And you can't actually do that. That would be an SEC violation. You're supposed to not know what you're going to buy ahead of time. So a lot of people are like, is this deal really going to happen? Is it really going to go through? And they were subjected to all kinds of scrutiny by the SEC, as they should, right? It might have been extra because of who we're talking about here. Let's be realistic. And so they went through all of this. And the long and the short of it is, the deal got approved on Friday. And so it's supposed to close next month. And so that means Trump, who owns some 78% of the company, is going to have a lot of money if these stock prices hold up. And I don't see entirely how it's going to crater. I could be wrong, of course, and it's the market. We'll see. But if this holds, he can't sell it right away, but he can sell it in time. You know what? He's going to be worth a lot of money. $4 billion, says CNN, as much as $10 billion, says Reuters. So take that, Letitia James. Take that, Fannie Willis. Fannie, that would be a lot of cash for you, wouldn't it, hun? Think of all the dates you could go on then. I just can't believe that. Yeah, she paid him back in cash. Unbelievable, right? Really something else.